Hello friends, this is Thaddeus from Going Nerdy, and today we have some wonderful news. We have a General Grievous rework leak. Now, some of you may have been seeing this. It says General Grievous unique reveal. Grievous gets 3 bonus turns whenever a Jedi attacks. When an attacked, he has 33.6% chance to resist all damage and perform a devastating counterattack. Now, it then says devastating counterattack apples a unique debuff, devastated. This unit takes 200% increased damage and cannot receive aid from allies. This debuff cannot be resisted by Jedi, but cannot be applied to non-Jedi. Now, this is not a scam. We can be rest assured that it is not a scam because there in the bottom corner there it says not a scam. Now, I really hope that General Grievous throws out a ton of apples, devastating apples that just decimates any Jedi team. Now, my first thought on this is I apologize for making fun of a person's misspellings, because Lord knows that I've had my own really embarrassing misspellings out there. Whether or not this is from CG, the Grievous rework should be coming out any day now. It really should be around the corner. I'm not sure when it is set to launch, but what I wanted to do is take a look at the survey that you guys filled out that goes over the different things that you would like to see General Grievous look at. Now, there were different character abilities that I asked about, and what I want to do is periodically, as these roll out, look at each one of those individually. So right now, I do want to talk about just General Grievous. In a later video, I will talk about the Magna Droid, and I will talk about the Droidica, as both of those are come available as well. Now, again, with that, finally, guys, we've seen some great footage already with a non-reworked Grievous, with B1, with the B2 battle droids, and this is starting to look amazing. And I am very excited to see Grievous in action, to see what he looks like. And from what I can tell, so are you guys. Currently, for all of those people who took the survey, you rank, so many people ranked the Separatist faction before the reworks at 1 and 2. Now, this survey was live as the reworks have gone out, so it's been interesting to see some of the changes, because currently you have 1 and 2. You have 20 people who have said they suck. The current value of the Separatist faction is 1 or 2. They are the worst. They're absolutely terrible. But then you have 2 people who have taken the survey, and from what I can tell, they've taken it recently since the reworks have begun, and it shows them at 8 and 10. I have to assume that that is since the surveys have begun, because that's not something that you would see like 2 weeks ago. Where do you want the Separatist faction to rank among the other factions? And the way that this was worded was it shouldn't rank among the other factions, and that would be 0 or 1, and then 10 would be it needs to be highly competitive. Now, everyone put, like, the average here was a 7.5, because you want it to be competitive. Some people want it to be more competitive. There were a handful that actually said, yes, it needs to be the most competitive. In fact, meta-defining. While most people were like, it just needs to be part of this whole rock, paper, scissors meta. And that's where I personally stand. I think that it shouldn't be meta defining. I don't want to see one team dominate the meta. I want to see 5 teams dominate the meta. I want to see a handful of teams be viable. That allows more people from the outside to play, and it makes it more competitive, at least in my mind. I know those people who spend money, and or maybe if you don't spend money, there are people out there who have an opinion. They're like, nope, one meta, that's all there is. I like multiple metas. I think it's really cool. You were all agreed almost completely you were way excited for this. The majority of people put 6 and above. Out of the people who took the survey, only a small minority said they were kind of excited, but no one said no. No one said, I'm not excited. Everyone was really freaking stoked for this. And there have been there's some really cool ideas circulating around General Grievous's kit. What you would like to see it look like, what you think it would look like, and what you hope it will look like. Now, there's some great abilities, and then there's some funny abilities, and I'm just going to throw them all out there. Something that was brought up to me in one of my last videos when I talked about Grevious was that Grevious had, one, he was a warrior before he ever became a cyborg. He was a crazy powerful fighter, right? 2, his cyborg abilities allowed him to kind of log the Jedi that he fought so that he could fight using that style. And so he really was dangerous to the Jedi, which is fascinating. So the longer he fought a Jedi, the better he was, or the more likely he was to take them on. To a point where Mace Windu didn't want to fight Grievous, refused to fight Grievous, because he didn't want Grievous to learn the Shatterpoint technique. He didn't want him to learn his style, because then Grievous would be like crazy dangerous, right? Not more so than he was. But most people said that, you have to have Grievous have some kind of additional damage against Jedi. Currently, his basic attack reads, deal physical damage. This attack can't be evaded or countered. What a lot of you were saying was that this additionally needs to do additional damage. It needs to have maybe healing immunity or a high critical damage chance. There were very few people who wanted it to stay the same. One person specifically said that there needs to be 4 attacks. So the way that I would see that working out is if the first attack hits, then you have like 100% of its chance for a second attack to hit. If the second attack hits, maybe a 75% chance for a third attack, and a 50% chance for a fourth attack, right? Or maybe even 100%. It's the first attack is unavoidable, second has a 75%, third 50, fourth 25, right? So that you're dealing crazy amounts of damage, especially if it's against a Jedi. Now, I could see that working out being like, basic attack, stays the same, with the caveat that if it's against a Jedi, automatic hit, chance for a second, chance for a third, chance for a fourth, right? That would be awesome. And maybe an increased chance of damage as they roll on. That would be really freaking cool. Most people want Grievous, his basic attack, to just hit really, really hard. Now, there were a few that gave some fairly unique basic attack abilities. This person said Furious Assault, deal physical damage and inflict armor shred. Can you imagine a basic attack inflicting armor shred? That would be insane. That would just be really freaking cool. Another one said give Grievous a chance to summon Zuckuss to the game. I think that would be phenomenal. I don't know why Grievous would summon Zuckuss specifically. Maybe if you're the one who suggested that, please leave a comment as to why you think that would be a good idea. My favorite, though, hands down, is this one. Change it to this attack caresses the target. So I don't know why that would be the case, but apparently this person who wrote this feels that Grievous needs to be a lover and not a fighter. Or maybe he just feels that Grievous was just that sensual that he would caress the target. Maybe a kind of like the Salt Bae kind of thing, but for Star Wars and fighting. I don't know. But I thought that was fun. Moving on, what should General Grievous's special ability do? Now, there's a lot of potential here because there could be more than one special ability. In fact, there should be more than one special ability. Right now, Grievous has 2 special abilities, a leader and a unique. We've seen a lot of the additional reworks give additional special abilities, multiple uniques. There's a lot potentially that could go with this. So 1, AoE daze or speed down was really cool. His whirlwind, moving, stunning enemies, that was awesome. We did see something in that little trailer where Grievous crawls on all 4s, then does one weird like forward or backflip and like slices a Jedi in half. That was freaking cool. I don't know if that was a special ability or even his basic attack, because it looked awesome. But a lot of people are saying, give us a mass attack with assists for droids. Now, based on what we're seeing already with the B2, the B1 assist and B2's rework, if that were the case, an ability like that with an assisting droid would be redonkulous. Really, really freaking cool. I think it would be awesome. One person actually gave him the opportunity or the ability to use Death Mark. Now that is really interesting, and I don't think necessarily Death Mark would apply, but I could see some kind of. We're definitely going to see something with target lock, because we're seeing this more and more with the droids as they get reworked, as they get addressed. I think we're going to see something with target lock. We also have a summon Forlom to the game. I like that. Same person who said Zuckuss. I'm not sure why Forlom and Zuckuss are connected to Grievous, but you know, that's an option. I don't see that happening, but you know, if it does, you called it, man. You called it. I definitely see some kind of multi AoE attack. Maybe this is all 4 arms hitting something else, all 4 arms kind of spiraling in a whirlwind attack. All of that would be really cool. I would like to see a call to assist, as it is some people have definitely suggested that, but I'm not necessarily sure that that's going to come as a unique or as a special ability, as much as I do think that something like that would be more of a unique ability. But that does bring us to his unique abilities. And, you know, Force Taunt, Retribution on the highest health protected character, anti-Jedi synergy, that should be obvious. We all want that. We all think that's going to happen because it is Grievous. He is anti-Jedi. We definitely need some kind of synergy. Now, what synergy are we going to get from Grievous that won't make him so OP that it would break the game? I don't know, but it's going to be exciting. A few of you have suggested stacking damage and some crazy damage specifically to Jedi. Now, that's what I want to see. I don't want to see a Grievous that's so OP that like him plus the rest of the Separatists make it just ridiculous to fight a Grievous. What I would like to see is to see Grievous OP against Jedi, but maybe have a weakness against Sith, maybe have a weakness against, I don't know, Night Sisters? I don't know, because let's face it, the Separatists took it to the Night Sisters.
What? I realize it's not totally accurate. In fact, it was a bloodbath.
They beat them pretty handily, and I, you know, it was a crazy powerful moment in Star Wars Clone Wars.
In fact, it was a bloodbath.
But maybe not the Night Sisters. I think that that's where they should be the most combative, right? They should be combative on Knights, against Night Sisters, against Jedi, probably against, you know, Galactic Republic even, you know, against the clones. But maybe they're not so strong against, I don't know, scoundrels. Maybe they're not so strong against Sith, Empire. I don't rightly know, but I think there's a lot of potential here to create a very balanced team for the Separatists. I don't know. Now, again, guys, I am going to go off and I'm going to read what you guys have suggested in other videos for Magna Droid, for Droidica. There's a lot of potential there, and I'm very excited to see what those kits look like. as I said earlier, we should see some kit rework sometime soon. I'm not sure. I'm actually kind of shocked that we haven't seen a puzzle from, what's his face? Monkey Lizard guy. I am shocked that that hasn't come out, which only makes me think that something big is around the corner. I still have an inkling that this whole separatist thing is a red herring and Sith are just around the corner. It's very possible, guys. They do this. They give us this really cool stuff to look at. They're like, hey, shiny, 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 shiny. Boom. Meta change ears. I don't rightly know. What do you guys think? Thank you again if you took the time to complete the survey. The survey is still available. I would ask you to, if you want to take the survey, focus on Magna Guard and Droideka. Again, we should be seeing their kits sometime soon. We are more than halfway through the month of February, and I think these things are going to be dropping like hotcakes anytime soon. What do you think? Leave a comment in the section below. Like, subscribe, share. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Twitter. Visit us on goingnerdy.com, where I'll leave a lot of this stuff, just a lot of the hard data out so that you guys can take a look at it. This has been Thaddeus from Going Nerdy, and as always, my friends, smile and stay nerdy.